Let's talk Los Angeles Lakers and a potential Anthony Davis return. The report from ESPN's Woj is that Davis is set to be reevaluated by the LA Lakers this week, and he could then return in the next 10 to 14 days. That report coming out late Saturday night. Now, Davis has not been able to play for the Lakers since February 14th, dealing with a calf strain in his right leg, and has limited him, and as a result, substantially impacted the LA Lakers. Davis has truly emerged alongside LeBron James in Los Angeles as one of the best players in the NBA. Not that he wasn't already, but I think it's a little bit more obvious from that perspective. Without Anthony Davis, amid some other injuries, mind you, the Lakers have fallen to just 12-13, of course, coming off a win Saturday as well. So we'll call it 500 there in the end. They've gone from the number 2 seed to down the number 5 seed area. AD has been fantastic. The issue is for LA, they have some depth behind him in terms of the big men on their roster. Montrezl Harrell, Andre Drummond, who also battling some injuries. Markieff Morris, Marc Gasol, not great, but they have put up some decent production and at least been able to provide minutes for LA. But getting Anthony Davis back is a massive return whenever that finally happens for the LA Lakers. Look, 22.5 points per game, almost 8.5 boards, almost 2 blocks. He continues to be one of the best big men in the NBA today, and there's a reason why the Lakers are one of the title favorites once AD and also LeBron James too get back from their own injuries. Now, trying to guess here, if you will, some potential Anthony Davis return games. Now, it's not quite that 10 to 14 day timeline for that April 19th game. That's pushing it a little bit. That's a little bit more like 9 games. What jumps out to me in terms of a potential timeline is a 2-game road swing at the Dallas Mavericks, April 22nd and then April 24th as well. Those 2 games, that could be your target return for Anthony Davis. Now, of course, I'll also make note this would mean that Davis would miss games against the New York Knicks and against the Hornets and Celtics and probably the Jazz as well. But that 2-game road swing in Dallas, April 22nd, April 24th, that makes a lot of sense within that 10 to 14 day time frame. Then there's the Orlando Magic April 26th and at the Wizards April 29th. So with a little road swing coming up for LA, would appear to me that the most likely outcome is Anthony Davis makes his return to LA on the road. But I want you guys to make your best guesses for me in the comments section. Predict which game Anthony Davis returns. And if you guys want to cheat and just go with against the Mavericks, I'd allow that one as well. Get your votes in for me in the comments section. Folks, Chat Sports is now on the News Break app. Download it today and support the show in the process by using our link, chatsports.com/newsbreak. Go download it today. You got local news, politics, sports content, weather, everything you could possibly want on the News Break app. That's chatsports.com/newsbreak. Go download the app today. You can stay updated in terms of everything going on around your local community. That way, you don't miss out on stuff that happens. That's important. It helps you stay smart, and you support the show as well. Go download the app today, chatsports.com/newsbreak. Let's look now at where things stand in the Western Conference, the playoff race here, if you will. The Jazz are number 1. The Suns are 2. Imagine telling somebody that before the year began. They'd call you crazy. The Clippers are 3. The Denver Nuggets are 4. And the Lakers check in there at number 5. They're a half game back from the 4 seed and also ahead of the 6 seed. Blazers 6, Mavs 7, Grizzlies 8, Spurs 9, Warriors 10. Now, we'll stick on this here because it's important. The playoffs is different this year for the NBA. I would argue more fun. Remember, 7, 8, 9, 10 go through this type of little fun tournament. So getting 10 gives you a chance. The Mavs would have to then play the Grizzlies. As things stand right now, winner of that game is the 7 seed. The loser of that game gets the winner of the 9-10 game, with the winner of that then matchup in the kind of bracket style thing here, getting the 8 seed. So Golden State is still alive. They're a half game back of that number 9 seed, 1.5 games clear of the 11-seeded New Orleans Pelicans, with the Sacramento Kings then checking in with the number 12 seed right now. The Thunder 13, the Rockets 14, and the lowly Minnesota Timberwolves bringing up the rear at number 15. LeBron James injury update here on Chat Sports, and it seems like, at long last, the King is going to return to LA. Woj reports that LeBron James, currently dealing with a high right ankle sprain he suffered about 3 weeks ago, is set to return in about 3 weeks. So a little bit after, hypothetically, and planned, of course, Anthony Davis gets to make his return to the LA Lakers. Now, before his injury, and this should not come as any type of surprise, LeBron James was putting up fantastic numbers. He was averaging over 25 points per game, putting up about 8 rebounds and 8 assists per game as well, and he looked like the guy we have all known and loved and appreciated in terms of the greatness that we've seen out of LeBron in his lengthy NBA career. If and when he's able to fully return, it's going to be a significant boost for LA as it relates to their playoff run. The Lakers, coming off the NBA championship, unfortunately, have been hamstrung by injuries. That has been a problem for them. They have not been able to truly stay healthy. LeBron James among them, Anthony Davis also included, of course, in that conversation. In fact, in reality, can make the argument that 3 Lakers starters are out right now with various injuries. Once they get healthy, this Lakers team is going to be one of the top contenders to win the NBA championship. Now, the injuries have impacted their seeding. They've gone from being number 2 and probably going to push for the number 1 seed to, hey, they might have to go on the road to open up a playoff series. But Dennis Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, LeBron, AD, Andre Drummond. They got a very promising bench squad as well. Once those guys are able to get fully healthy, it will allow players like Kyle Kuzma and Marc Gasol and Talen Horton-Tucker and others to really play that more typical bench backup, what they're better suited for. Wes Matthews, you can also throw in that conversation. And, of course, who can forget the GOAT, Alex Caruso, as well. So, in theory, LeBron will get to make his return to the Lakers in about 3 weeks, coming back off that high right ankle sprain, which he did kind of play through in the game. He suffered it there. And I assume, at least, is going to be back in his MVP caliber form if it takes him maybe a couple games to get his sea legs fully back under him. But with LeBron's return should also come along with the Anthony Davis return on top of that. So which player is more important, more vital, more critical, whatever more phrase you want to use, to the Lakers' chances of repeating as NBA champions? And I'll throw this in there. I don't know if there's a wrong answer. You've got to the top 5, top 10, top whatever, best players in the association. But get your votes in for me right now in the comments section. Who is more important? Type AD for Anthony Davis or type in LBG for LeBron James. Get your votes in the comments section.